Howdy folks and good morning. Welcome to part 2 of my full base tour. If you haven't watched part 1, I'm going to give you a super duper duper fast introduction. The server, Eternia SMP, the best place on the planet to play Minecraft 1.20. For now 1.20, we'll be updating soon. It's been around, the server's been around for almost 4 years, and I recently completed all of my original plans for the original part of the base. I still have plenty planned, might have enough plans for ever and ever, but my original plans were recently completed after nearly 4 years, so we're doing a very full, detailed base tour spread across several videos because there's so much to talk about. So, continuing literally where we left off, we talked about all this area here, and a lot of story time, a lot of rambling, but that's just my style, and I don't apologize for it. The last thing we talked about was finishing, when I finished this area down here, the hot springs, making it safe, etc., etc., etc. So, continuing, how should we do this next? I think we need to talk about the mountain. Yeah, and then we'll come back and talk about this. So this and this were being built about the same time, I think. Actually, let's do this first to complete this section, and then we'll work our way over here. Yeah, okay, and then I don't know what we'll do next after that. There's so much to talk about. So anyway, we built this cool little garden down here. I remember that. And I remember when the spore blossoms, I think that's what they're called, spore blossoms, isn't it? Yep. I remember when these were new. I think somebody gifted them to me. I don't think I found them on my own. Or you gift one and then you can bone meal them. I incorporated them into our little pond here, which is just adorable and lit up with sea pickles and things. They only light up, though, I think, if you use all 4. Like that and that. I need more sea pickles. I'm out. Otherwise, this used to be the end of my base for a while, and this was all scary and unsafe. Now this is totally safe, and we'll talk about that when we get to that part of the base. But I used to end here, and I didn't know what I was going to do there. So, that was the scary part. So I'd always make sure I stayed far away in case something came around the corner. It's totally protected on the other side. I can walk across here, but you can't walk across there. You can tell this is an older part of the base because this was before moss. So I used glowstone lighting hidden behind leaves. And then once that update with the moss came out, we got the spore blossoms and these things, the drip leaves. Otherwise, it was just this, but it's beautiful. I like hanging out here. It's so beautiful to hang out here, especially with the sunrise. And then this is benches, and then this natural lava fall that had always been there. I did not put that there. Always been there. But anyway, so this was really cool. I like this. I was very proud of this little build. Tiny, but it serves its purpose and it's quaint. So then moving over here, is the train station, which wasn't it was kind of an early build. Some of this other stuff was earlier, but it was kind of early, so we'll talk about it now. Maybe if I remember in the future parts of this little mini-series, we'll ride the trains. We're not going to do it at this moment, but we'll ride the trains at some point if I remember. This is back to the main line to Eternal Haven. So we take there's nothing in it, that's just for decoration. It doesn't like pop out anything. Like you could do it so if you walk by and observes, you can pop out a cart. It doesn't do that. But you take a cart from here, take a cart, leave a cart, and then hit the go button, and then bam, you go down here, and you go down into my own little tunnel that I made out to the main line, which we will eventually look at, but not right now. Places to sit while you're waiting for the train to depart, right? Big waiting area, huge waiting area, actually. I mean, this is a big train station I built for myself. All glass because I love glass buildings like this in real life. And there's some framing, so most of my builds are realistic. So you would need some kind of framing, so you put in framing. You just continue the pattern all the way around. And then it blends in with the cladding of the side of the mountain, which we'll talk about in a minute. That's why it's like that, because that's the cladding. And we just built into it. And then make it look kind of indoorsy, or outdoorsy. Outdoors, indoors, right? With the trees and the waterfall, water in there. Again, every single block meticulously decided and placed. And why is that all lit up? Oh, because it's outside over there now. whatever. And then same thing here. This is local trains only. Observer does nothing, but you put a cart down, and you can go whichever way you want. You can go out this way. Might feel like a roller coaster at a fair. You go out and all of a sudden you just sent off to the scariness, but it's no longer scary. Used to be though, that's why it's elevated, but it's no longer scary. Plus it's elevated because it's ground level here and ground level there. And then it just, you know, again, realistic builds supported. This is a park, which we'll talk about when we get there. Lighthouse we'll talk about. Don't worry, we'll talk about all this when we get there. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I've never looked at this area from here before. That's really freaking cool. Huh, interesting. But my base for now does stop on this river. I've not built across this river, so this is the edge. In fact, here is the wall right there. And then this wall continues up and around, see? I'll build it eventually, but I had to keep the creepers from coming over. I had to block off a mountain, or a cave here too somewhere. I did a good job because I can't even tell where it was. There's a cave there somewhere. But anyway, we'll talk about that when we get there. But that's where it ends. Just wanted to let people know that's where it ends for now. Alrighty. And then the rail goes all the way around. There's a spur there. There's a spur there. It goes around and around. And then it comes through. Got to around this way though or I get dizzy. And then it comes through here. And then a spur out that way. A spur out that way. But local trains. Although now it goes beyond local in 2 directions. In 3 directions it goes beyond local. But when I built this, it was just a square around my base. So that's not totally accurate. I just wanted to keep it separate from this one, which goes to Eternal Haven. Makes sense? So there you go. And then we talk about the cladding, which took me a long time. Cladding. So this was a mountain. So what I did is I did not change the shape of the mountain in any way. All I did was I would take a piece of stone away, replace it with terracotta. Take away 2 pieces of stone, replace it with terracotta. So each terracotta piece you see was a stone piece that I replaced with terracotta to keep the original shape of the mountain. And my plan was never to go to the top. It was never to go to the top here either. I wanted to look like it was mostly done, maybe not. Did they stop in the middle? And I got that idea from the Star Wars prequels when you see the Death Star in progress. The early stages. You know what it is, but it's not done. So this looks like, oh, he missed a spot. No, he didn't. I left that on purpose. So it looks like, oh, there's your wall border, because again, my base for now ends at this wall. I've claimed more because I'm going to build more out there, but at this moment it ends at the wall. And you might say, oh, he didn't finish this, but no, that's on purpose. Same with this. It looks like a witch's hat, which is kind of funny because our resident witch is Lady Vivian, and it would look like this would be a Lady Vivian tribute, like a witch's hat, but it's natural. I didn't do that. It's just cool coincidence. Speaking of Lady Vivian, those of you who know already know, but as you watch this video, I recently went and visited Lady Vivian in real life. I think it's my 3rd time seeing her and her husband, so that's kind of cool. But that already happened as you watch this. I'm recording before, but that's kind of cool. She lives near me now, 5 hours away, so nearby. We're neighbors. In the Midwest, you're a neighbor if you're 5 hours away. So that's freaking cool, right? You meet somebody in a community and then you see them in real life, which is turning out to be regularly-ish. That's freaking cool. So this witch's hat has more meaning now, especially because it's purely coincidence. So there you go. That's the cladding. That took a long time, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. And it goes all the way down to here and down into here, which brings us to what is inside all this stuff. You see, like, well, you want what are like porches, patios, ledges. What is going on in here? There's a lot going on in the mountain, and that's what we'll talk about next, including all this. I just wanted to show you where the borders of it are. So let's see. Let's start here, and we'll talk about what's in here. The Tall Turtle, famous branch mine. And the reason why I got the name Famous Branch Mine is because on Survivorcraft I had this huge branch mine that was super cool and everybody liked to see it. And I was going to do that here, but I didn't. I ended up just doing this for here, which I think looks pretty cool though. I mean, it looks interesting, right? Like there's a cart there, some abandoned tracks, that type of thing, some storage, another abandoned track, weirdly placed chests. And I mean, I did branch some of this, but it didn't work out very well because I started building my tunnel system around it, which we'll talk about in a second. For example, there's one tunnel coming in right there. So I think I have stairs here because I was desperate to find some materials. So then I just started branching out in here because I was desperate for something a long time ago. Can't remember. But the main way down is here. And then what ended up happening is some really cool stuff. So we are going to go underground a little bit sooner than I planned, but might as well since we're here. And you go down, way down here, and boom. This is where I was branch mining and found a slime chunk. So I decided to build a slime farm in here. And it was one of my first farms I ever made, and I was very proud of it. It was very fun. I had to block off a bunch of stuff. I was getting attacked by mobs. But again, when I'm expecting mobs, they don't startle me, they don't hurt me. It's when I'm startled that the pain comes. But this is no access because you can get here from the windmill. Remember, there's all of these things here, right? You come out here at spawn, and you can come into here and go to the farms. And this is how you get here. So I have no access where my other mines were for diamonds. Like that. And no access because that's my way up. But this is the elevator system I showed you in the other video. It's so long. I have a longer one too, like I said. See, this is the slime farm. See, there's the base. Slime farm. See, I talked about that in the last video, part 1. You gotta be careful when you drop down here because if you move, you'll hit that edge and you'll die. You just have to be really careful. Down here is simply where I store the slime. And what I've been doing, because I've been getting so much of it, is I will make blocks out of it. So that being said, in 4 years, this thing is so slow. And I'm not here very much. So in 4 years, I got a chest and only this much of blocks. I mean, I have a single chest full of blocks at my base. So add another couple rows to this. And that's all I got. I guess maybe I used a few blocks. Maybe I used a stack or two of blocks for a build. But that's not really that much for 4 years. Granted, you have to be here, I mean, within the vicinity for it to do anything. And I guess most of my 4 years I've been out and about, away from this mountain. I guess, okay, so for 4 years not being here very much, I guess that's quite a bit. If I AFK'd for weeks at a time, I could fill those chests up, I'm sure. But no one's needed any, so I just, well, like, whatever. I just clean it up. We might as well keep going down since we're here, and then I'll go back to the mountain, but... secret path to skeleton farm. Look at this. You come down here. We're in the deep slate. This was added. And I was hoping to get a lush cave under my base. I never did. But instead I found some farms. I found the farms. I found some dungeons. I found skeleton dungeon. And you'll see them poof in a second. Poof, please. Poof. There we go. And then I built this farm. I'm super proud of this. If you turn the farm off, it's because it lights it up. I'm so proud of this farm. There's actually, that's all water. You just can't see because of the shaders. That's kind of weird. I promise you that's all water. So they go down there, and then they have this really cool minecart. So they go up really high, and they fall to their death. No, they fall to like 1 heart, and then they're standing on main block, which causes them to die. And then the minecart picks up their stuff, and then it hits this little contraption back here that dumps the cart into here. And then I'll AFK for a while, then I'll like just fill stuff up. Yeah. Not a whole lot of stuff in here because I used a bunch of stuff for a project, bone meal. So I kind of cleaned up my own farm. But you can just AFK here, then again this goes back to the windmill. So there you go. And then if you come over here, what's over here? Nothing. Yeah, that ends. But over here, I don't know why I have torches here. That's weird. I guess I forgot to do something with it. This is my geode farm. So this was a geode that I cleaned up and made look really cool. So all these things can grow, and you can use this. It's a fortune. No, it's a silk touch, I think. So you can silk touch the crystals. You can't, if you touch the blocks, you can't reuse them. So the crystals, and people on the server know that. Pickaxe use, and there's scaffolding. Yeah, scaffolding gets you up into all the things. And you can get it all, then it regrows. That's how you get back to the windmill. But otherwise, you just come up here, and you get you know, you can reach some things from here, you can reach some things from here, whoops. You know, you can reach some things from there. And then stuff in the middle, use the scaffolding. And then you put this back when you're done. Borrow both, return when done. Shardner. So there you go. And I just kept the general shape of the geode. The inside was here, obviously. And then I just built this for access. So that was a fun build. I like building underground because I don't have to worry about night and mobs and anything. I can just build and enjoy it. So going further down after we have a little snack, we go, I hear the cart. You can come down here, and this is my diamond farm. This is my current diamond farm. I haven't been down here in a very long time. I haven't needed to be down here in a long time. But it's just one level for now. What level is it anyway? Where are we? Negative 50. There's no deep dark under here because this was original generation where they just filled it in with deep slate. You know, when it updated the from 64 to negative 64, whatever it was, 0 to negative 64. There's a zombie dungeon under here, around here somewhere. I have to turn on captions to find it, but there's a bunch of them. Anyway, it goes along and along and along. So eventually I'll expand it out, or maybe just down more. Like I said, I don't need to worry about deep dark here because that came after this. But it just goes away. Oh, I didn't do this stuff yet. I think there's something back here. Or maybe I just didn't do it. Why haven't I done this side? It's been literal years, like 2 or 3 years since I've been down here. Anyway, so that's everything underground. So then there's the tunnel system. So we might as well talk about the tunnel system leading back to the mountain. Again, we're all still in phase 1 of the base. Phase 1. There's a lot that I did. But look how long that took. Again, this is another one. If you're not careful, you die. If you like go off to the side a little bit. That's kind of funny. Anyway, let's keep talking about the tunnel system because it's kind of cool. I like it. In fact, there was a video where I made a map of it. I don't have the map anymore. I made it just for the video. And it's actually grown since then. And I had to add signs because I was getting lost. So, creeper, diamond mine, lighthouse. The lighthouse we won't go to right now because that's another part of the base. The creeper statue is a different part of the base. But what we can talk about is the security path. So yeah, we're not going to go to the lighthouse. Well, there's a lighthouse there. Creeper statues around the corner. Or maybe the other way around. I can't remember. But anyway, the security path. That's part of phase 1 we didn't talk about yet. I left it for this part. So we have these security... What? I'm missing a stair. Okay, you're supposed to be able to go up. Okay, how did that work? That was weird. Okay, whatever. It's still missing the stair. Anyway, security path, right? We have these security lookout posts around. So you could look out here. Because remember, this was all scary out here. So I had to have a security path because I was too scared. So there's this slime farm in front of us. So you just go around the path. Pretty simple. Right? It's all lit up where it needs to be. You can walk off the edge, but please don't. And there's another lookout thing. Kind of funny go down to look out, but there you go. This one works. That one got broken somehow. Anyway, you can stare at the feet of the creeper statue. That's how big it is. Oh, we got some fires, campfires going. So anyway, the security path was kind of a cool thing that I did. And then there's a wall. Where am I going? I'm lost. There's a wall here. Because again, that was scary on the other side until I fixed it up. But it's still, looks like you're in the forest, but then you're over this hill here too at the same time. Again, early part of the base because I used glowstone instead of moss. Moss didn't exist yet when I built all this. Kind of hard to imagine that. Moss has been around for so long. More lookouts. They're all built the same, just sometimes it turns to the right, sometimes it turns to the left. So again, ooh, what was that? What is that? Is that a gray sheep? What was that? That scared me. I mean, this entire base is spawn proof, so I don't know what's going on. But this used to just have nothing in here. Then I built it all up, which of course we'll talk about in a future video of the mini-series. This used to just be forest. And then I built all that out. And of course we'll talk about that soon. But yeah, you just look out over yonder. Pretty cool. But now it's all safe. Used to not be safe. Used to be very scary. Don't want to fall down there. And there we go. Oh yeah, I had to clean this out so that you could actually see the mountain. Because with all shaders, there's these awesome waterfalls. I mean, you can see the waterfalls, but they're hard to see. I did adjust the shaders so that you could see the water better, but with the sun setting, it's kind of hard to see. But I did adjust the shaders a little bit. But I had to take all this out so you could see because there's all trees here. Let's see. We're almost done with security paths. Oh yeah, this is not touched yet. It is blocked off though, so nothing can come get me if it spawns and comes over. There's a village that we built up. And there you go. The mountain view, or whatever it's called. I can never remember what my own stuff is called. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about that too. Oh my gosh, so what's to talk about? I was hoping to do this all in 3 videos, but I think it's going to be like 5 or 6 at this point. I don't know. Anyway, we're above the rail line, which I haven't even talked about that yet. Jeez, there's so much. And then there's another thing to look out at. Oh yeah, then there's this wall here above that tall turtle sign we talked about in the previous video. Let's see what else. Then it goes around and around, and around and around. And there you can kind of see the large-scale farms I was talking about in the previous video for projects and things. And then my real branch mine that I ended up building, because that other one ended up being interrupted by the paths. Remember? That's how we started talking about this area. Whoops. Oh yeah, then go across here back to the mountain, which we'll talk about in a minute. There's the big branch mine. Otherwise, you can come down here. No, you can't. You can't come down there. You got to go in here. That's right. So this is kind of like isolated. You can't get there from anywhere else. So this goes back to our tunnels. So this is the new mine, the new branch mine that we just saw from above. We'll come on here to talk about this stuff in a little bit when we get to that part of the base. But then we have this system. Is this the egg thing? Yeah, this is the egg collection I was talking about in the previous video. The chickens are on top of carpet. These hoppers are under the carpet, which is actually there. It feeds over here down into these. So it's like all these hoppers linked together, get them into here. Of course, everything is full, and it's been full for years. Like, this has been full for years. But you get the idea. Was there one in there that was missed? Nope. So you get that idea there, and then the tunnels are all connected underground. I think we've talked about all the underground stuff. Yeah, because this is another way to axolotl pool, right? We talked about this in the last video. And then there's the another portal and everything. We talked about the cladding of the mountain. This goes under the hot springs. So we ended the last video talking about the hot springs. This goes right under the hot springs. And then, boom, you either go to the enchantment room and the secret exit, and then the mansion is that way, or brewing room. We're not going to use this tunnel to get to the mansion, but this goes down and around to that mansion, which you probably don't know what I'm talking about if it's been a while, but we'll talk about it when we get to that part of the base. But there's a tunnel to it, and all these doors and things. And let's take a nap, and we'll talk about more what's inside the mountain. Alright, so we talked about everything on the outside of Phase 1 and everything underground of Phase 1, I believe. I may have forgotten some things, but I'll remember them if and when I remember them. Talked about the cladding. Okay, so let's talk about... Oh yeah, we started going down to the mine and ended up doing all that other stuff. So what else is down here? You may be asking me. Well, this is the warp back to Eternal Haven. You come through here, and our warp plate is in the train. So when you first join the server, you're underground there. You come out. Oh, while we're here, let's talk about the mailbox. See if I have anything in the mailbox. Oh yeah, that's one other thing I have on the server. I guess we'll talk about right now since we're here. Nope, no mail. No mail. Is I have a home in town. If I can remember how to get to it. Might as well talk about it super fast because I have things all over the base besides just my main base. And this is one of them. So I might as well talk about it. I think you go around here. to get to my house in town. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Right? No. Is it? Where's my house? Here you go. Tall Turtle's house in town. I didn't know it was a big one with flowers. I never noticed that before. That's hilarious. Huh. I never noticed. The Tall Turtle's house in town. Very simple yoga mats. Some cool stuff. Apparently. Modern glass. And the bed. And that's it. But that's just in case I'm in town doing something like AFKing for the sheep or whatever. I can just hang out. So there's my house in town. Just in time for the bells. Oh, there's our players. I don't know which one is me, but I'm there somewhere. No, I'm not, because they didn't kill me to get my head. So whatever. I lost the train. Okay, so to get back to my area, you just go on the train, and then you go back to that war plate that we just touched. What is it? The Tall Turtle Koteberg means plain and ordinary, which fits me very well. And then we have banners. When you arrive, you get a banner. See? Just like that. And then if you want to not visit the base, you can go up here, the head and map room, observation deck, beds, and showers. So if you go up one level, this is the hostel. So if you want to visit my base, and you need a place to sleep, you have all these places to sleep. And interesting ceiling pattern, I guess. And you got bathrooms with sink, a shower, toilet, sink, and a hot tub, jacuzzi. And then you turn the jacuzzi on or off if you want to. There you go. Co-ed because it's a hostel, I guess. That was my reasoning. And then you go up here, and you have what I call the headroom, which is funny because there's a cave back here. When I was trying to build this, I was getting attacked by stuff. But anyway, observation deck as well. Yeah, come out here. You can observe. You can observe from the observation deck. Can I get a selfie from here, do you think? Not really. That's just, trying to get this to work, and it's not really working. Anyway, you get the idea. Observation deck. Because this was my highest point at one time, believe it or not. And then the heads of the animals and mobs I've killed. I have a lot more to put out, I just haven't done it for some reason. I've done one treasure map on the entire server. Just one. Oh well, anyway. So you come here, what do you think this is? Come back here. Oh my gosh, it's my tunnel system again. And there's something else you can get from this tunnel system. And that is other stuff. You come out here. And I mean, the tunnel goes to everything on my base. So the train station that we saw comes out there. And then the nether room we already talked about. The lighthouse has a thing. The mines have a thing. Security path has a thing. The hostel museum, that's where we just were. The lighthouse, the creeper statue, another portal. It all has access from my tunnel system. And then that brings us back again to my main room. So, what else is inside this mountain, you ask? Well, you can go up the elevator like this. You can look at stuff, which I forgot to do. I like how you can watch things when you go up and down. That's pretty cool. Is my main house that I never use. So this is my main house up here. This is the back door. We have all that to talk about too. This is the music room, so if you put in a record, like so, the bird dances, obviously, everybody knows that. Oh, we did get his stuff. I better turn that down, that's loud, sorry. I also chanted my, what do you call it, shield finally. Hey Larry. Larry was gifted to me from Fawny the turtle, I know that for sure. Unlike those other birds I couldn't remember from the other video. Alright, this video's getting long. I don't want to end it quite yet. I want to quick talk about this house, and then we'll take off from here in the next video. So let's finish the house. This is the party room, obviously. Big skylight. And party room here. You can sit down when you're tired. But this is where all the fun stuff happens. All the parties and things happen in here. You come over here, elevators, obviously. And then my yoga room, so you invite people over for yoga. You can watch the sunrise if you want to. Look out over the farms and the village. Very pretty. And that music is giving me a horrible headache. Oh my gosh. Again, kids' paintings. Kind of not hidden lighting per se, but like recessed lighting. Again, every block. Okay, I can't stand this music. I'm so sorry. But I want to keep it in there. Whatever. I'm just going to turn my volume off. And I'm going to edit it, turn it down for you. Okay, so yeah, every single block meticulously placed for a reason. You come in here and you have a tiny kitchen and dining area for preparing for the parties out there. And there's a cake apparently. We come around here and there's the guest bathroom with, I guess this is the shower with a head in it. Did I put that there? Or did somebody put that there for fun? I don't know what that is. It's a head. But what is it doing in there? Somebody must have put that there, and it's been years since I've been in here, so I never saw it. Because I wouldn't have put that in there. Maybe I did. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. But anyway, you can look out as you're taking a shower. La 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 la. You can look out when you're showering. Here's a shower here. Do to do to do. And then dry off. Look through your hair in the sink. In the mirror. And there's no door for some reason. Oh well, whatever. Here's the master bedroom with the big old bed with like a skylight thing. And this was inspired by a place my wife and I used to live in Northeast Minneapolis. It was the bottom of a fourplex. It used to be a duplex that went into a fourplex. We lived in the bottom. We actually lived in most of the units, but one of the units we lived in had like this glass thing that came over like this. And it was big enough to put our bed under it. So we had glass around us all the time, which was really cool. But then it became kind of a rough neighborhood. And we had a hedge right here. And then people would like do stuff like drugs and things in the hedge and throw their stuff in the hedge. So we'd be sleeping in bed and we hear this rustling. And we look out our window because you can't get curtains for something that curves. We would look out our window and see like heads like in the bushes, not looking at us, but just doing their thing. And then walking away. So that got kind of creepy. It wasn't very comfortable to be sleeping next to a busy sidewalk with no curtains. All glass up and around you. With stuff going on. So then we moved to the other bedroom. But anyway, that's where this came from. A nice glass over your head. Lots of glass. I don't like curtains either in real life. My wife does though. She'd keep the curtains closed all the time. I'd keep them open all the time. So it's kind of a funny compromise. But that's what this reminds me of. Glass all the way around. Some storage. And then the master bathroom. Again, you can take a bath. And then when you're on the toilet, you can look outside, apparently. That's kind of funny. I don't remember doing this. Whatever. Then up here, the secret hatch. Is the music done yet? Yeah, music is done. Okay, so I can put my volume back up. Secret hatch goes to the top of what looks like the witch's head. And ta-da! There you go. This is all protected, by the way. Nothing can spawn up here. But there's lightning rod, because I used to like to hang out up here and look at stuff. And now, by the way, snow will not snow up here anymore. Oh, look at that, going in the clouds. That's perfect. Yeah, snow will not snow, because it's too low now. They changed how high snow has to be. So I can't remove any of this, or it won't come back. So, that's just the way it is. You can see where my lighting is in the ground, though. See? Hidden under white carpet because it melts the stuff around it. Wait, there's not melting it. That's weird. How come that's not melting? Very interesting. Anyway, you can oversee everything, but again, you can see the edge of the world, the edge of the generation, though. So I wouldn't come up here very often, unless they flew around and filled it in with my local generation. That goes all the way up. But anyway, to give you an overview, right? So we talked about all of this. Phase 1. We're not even done talking about Phase 1 yet. We're going to end the video here in a second, but yeah, I haven't even finished talking about Phase 1. That's what this area is here. Oh my gosh, so much more to talk about. This is going to take me so much longer than I thought, but I'm not complaining. But it's going to be, yeah, these videos are going to be longer, and there are going to be more of them than I thought when I planned this. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, part 2. Subscribe so you know when part 3 drops, and leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.